Okay, take two. This works. It's already behaving a little bit better. So I've now wasted about 15 minutes of my time because apparently Stream Device Bingo is going to be the thing that we're going to play tonight because I don't know what's going on. But the iPhone that I have been using previously, which is right here, does not seem to want to turn on. It claims it's low on battery, which is complete BS. Oh, go away. Anyway, it's completely wrong. It's got more than enough power. So, don't know what its problem is, but just that it's got one. Anyway. And then I thought, oh, I'm such hot stuff. I'm going to use this thing. This, like, ancient iPod Touch. What is this, a fifth? I think, yeah, 5th gen. The first one in this form factor. Thought, oh yeah, that'll be a great idea. There's nothing that could possibly go wrong. About 2 seconds into the whole stream, the app crashed. So, whatever, guess that isn't going to work. So now we're using this, which I'm sure is going to go just peachy smooth, because nothing ever works when I touch it. Speaking of things that don't work when I touch it, apparently putting this machine in the closet and leaving it alone for a couple of days makes the hard drive stop working. I don't know, I install the OS, everything works fine, put it in the closet, pull it back out, and all of a sudden it won't start. Here's the symptom. And just watch. It won't do it while it's on camera. It's a very reflective display, so you can see everything that I'm doing and you can see what I look like. Isn't that nice? That's how camera equipment gets broken right there. That might be why none of these cameras work. I'm waiting for my disk to burn over here because 1x speed is apparently acceptable in 2018. Okay, it's got Linux Mint 19 mate on it. Let's try and run it and see what happens. Why does it say 0? I'm right here. Nice to know that doesn't work. Spectre mitigation. Elfent's not serializing. Blah, blah, blah. Just watch. Now is the time that it'll actually boot. Oh, my computer over there just ejected the optical drive. It looks like it's going to the verification run. Okay, it's claiming 0, so I'm going to just reload that page. There we go, that's better. That's actually correct. Hope this is working the way that it's supposed to. Probably no sound. Just watch. Yeah, there's probably no sound. No, there is sound. Okay, good. That's not broken. Yet. Well, it's reading it faster. That's good, at least. Supported media write speeds 2x, and yet it only could burn at 1x. Amazing, right? Yeah. Don't know what the deal is there. Probably something wrong with the media. It's Maxell media. At least it's not that on stuff you buy at Walmart. So yeah, no, this is sitting here with the disc light on solid. Is it working? Probably not. Let's go down here. Yeah, nope, that is not working at all. Try and zoom. Not on my face. You don't want to see that. We have I/O errors. Why? I don't know. This worked fine when I put it away, and now all of a sudden it doesn't. So, it's a waste of time to try and get this to actually work, so I'm just going to turn it off. And I'm going to replace the drive. I'll put the original drive back. So we'll unplug that. That'll be the first thing that I do. Is change this drive. See if I remember how to do it. It's got 2 drives in it. Yeah, this is fancy. Where's my screwdriver set? Excuse me. Over here. Okay. Well, at least it's somewhere where I can see it, not off in Timbuk 3 or something like that. Okay. I need a flat blade, or not flat blade, Phillips blade screwdriver. My screwdriver bit is missing. I could tell which one I usually use because it's got wear on the... I guess it was this one. Oh, whatever. I noticed the colors on this thing look more washed out than the iPhone does. And of course, it obviously looks a lot more washed out than the Samsung. Maybe I should have just used the Samsung, but I wanted to use that to post the link to the show, to the live stream, so I wouldn't have to turn on another device just to post a link. How many screws am I going to find? I did change this drive once, but it seems that the replacement drive I put in doesn't seem to be much better. Maybe this thing is eating drives. I don't know. I hope not, because I'll be pretty pissed if that's the case. I have a 100 gig drive that's only good as an 80, because the first 20 gigs are useless. Okay, actually I think it's more like the first 17.5 gigs or something equally as ridiculous. But I've got that. That was actually the original drive out of this machine, which I replaced because it went bad, and then I put this one in. And evidently this one's not much better. I'm going to have to see if I can get it to reallocate. Oh, hold on a minute. There are screws. I'm evidently blind as a bat. 2 screws here. And then there's probably 4 screws on the Caddy that I got to remove and then put back. This should hopefully be a quick process. Then maybe if I've got time, I'll show off a couple other laptops. Because people wanted more laptop videos. Somebody requested actually a laptop stream, and of course they're not here, so much for that, eh? That's a thought that counts, I guess. Yeah, here we go. This thing. Now, I thought there was a jumper on this. I guess there isn't. I could swear there was a jumper on that. There would have had to have been. No, I guess not. Just look at the jumper chart. Nope, not on this drive. Okay. What about this one? No, this one's... Well, the jumpers are the same on that one. I guess they're probably all the same across all these laptop IDE drives. I've never looked because most of the time it doesn't really matter. It's only going to be a single device. But there are some, like this, that have more than one. Put these screws somewhere. What the hell? Okay, apparently I've got 2 different screws here. I wonder how that happened. If I was feeling really adventurous, I'd pull out the other drive and check its screws as well, and try and get a matched set of screws, but I'm not feeling that adventurous. So let's see. That bit is not going to fit. This one. No, I'll have to use this one. It's a flat blade bit, because I'm not going to go find another screwdriver. Just for a couple of these things. I think I have better uses of my time than that, because I don't have a lot of time. I've got 40 minutes to do this process, start to finish. It's always the last screw that gives you grief. Alright, so now try and get this drive out without dropping it on the floor. And what you end up with is this, and a liberated drive. Again, I'll have to see if that'll reallocate later on. So now to put the new drive into the Caddy. Gotta line up the screw holes. I'll put these screws in first. Since these ones are messed up. Hopefully to where you can actually see what I'm doing. Probably shouldn't tighten it all the way down so I can at least move the drive around if I so desired. Okay. Alright. The screw is being finicky. My screwdriver is buying the farm. Can anything go right tonight? Evidently not, because this screw is being seriously stupid. Come on. You're screwed now, sucker. Oh, for crying out loud, what on earth is wrong with this thing? See, this is the kind of stuff I'd edit out of a video, because this is where the swear words get started right here. With these stupid screws that decide, I don't want to go in the hole today. I'm sure somebody is going to turn that into a soundbite. Won't be surprised. I'll be surprised if it doesn't. So I just got to remember that the first 20 gigs is useless. I'm going to basically do a custom format and mark off the first 20 gigs with a partition that's unusable. So, or an empty partition, so to say. Maybe I'll give it a label that says "Don't format me" because it's junk. I can't use it. So, can't really use it if it's full of bad sectors. At least I know the back 80 is good. I know that, and I never actually did respond to him, but Ross was offering me an 80. I don't know if I'll take him up on that or not. It really depends if he needs that drive or not. I'm not going to take any drives from somebody who actually can use them. Unless they aren't going to use them. Wow, there's nobody watching this. My viewership has gone way down. 1141 subscribers, and yet nobody's here. What a surprise, huh? Guess I shouldn't be really surprised. Nobody ever watches my videos anyway. They're not really worth watching. I think I mentioned last week. Maybe nobody wants to... You know, that one person wanted to see a laptop video, and that's it. So I got all the laptops, and, well, they're not even here. So that was a waste of time. Should have just done what I was going to do in the first place, and that was get the NEC out, change the drive to an IDE drive, and then take the SCSI board out and put it in the Zenith 486 and see if that would actually work. Not that I think it will. I see somebody has arrived. Hello. I don't know if they're going to say something in the chat room. I don't know who it is. Well, I guess that answers that question. It's Ross. Oh, man. Yes, I can see the chat. Barely. Put this drive back in it. Where is my other screwdriver bit? Thought I brought it out. I guess I didn't. It's right here. Now, where do you suppose the screws went? That is a very good question. Oh, they're right here. They're blending in with the COA. Putting the original drive back because the drive I just put back, I put in it, my spare drive is no good either. So, I guess there's one thing. The 80 gig, back 80 gigs I can use, so I'll just use that. I mean, it's better than tossing a drive. Let's screw bot the farm. There it is. It's better than tossing a drive that's got usable space on it. That's how I do things. Is it a good way to do things? Yeah, probably not. Could put a drive in there that works perfectly, but whatever. I'll just put it back. Where is the... There it is. Put the door bank in place, and then I need to get my Ubuntu Budgie disk. I had Linux Mint on this, and Linux Mint is a crock of crap. At least Linux Mint 19 is. I don't know why, but when I upgrade this system to Linux Mint 19, my Mix DJ program stops. Let's see, birthday show. I see comments about a birthday show. Well, that would really depend what day it is. Can't do the 10th, I can't do the 15th, and I can't do the 18th. So, because I gotta work those days. Other than that, I have the next month off. So, that is great. So, we'll flip that back around, plug it back in, because the battery's dead. Grab my Ubuntu disk. And power the machine up. Put in a disk. Which I might push escape to change the boot order. I hope I got it in enough time. Yes, there we go. Boot to the DVD drive. Put our DVD in place. I'll blithely assume that it works. Now you get to see me again. Isn't that nice? What? What are you talking about? I bet it won't start to it. Yep, it's not trying not to start to it. Escape to change boot order. Boot to CD-ROM. No, it's trying not to boot to it. Okay, well, just watch me. Where is my bootloader? My disk is bad. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. A disk could be bad for all I know. Let's see. Well, it probably won't be in that stack. Something that should go smoothly isn't. Is anybody surprised? I mean, I should be, but I'm not. I had a bootloader in here somewhere. Puppy Linux. Could put Windows 98 on it. I was feeling real saucy, but I'm not. Windows 8. Yeah, no thanks. Oh, I almost dropped that on the floor. I had a boot manager here. I don't know where it went. NAS for free, Toshiba drivers. Yeah, no, it's not in that stack. Okay. So, guess I won't find that. Well, let's try this option. Maybe I'll put main on it. Put Ubuntu, not Ubuntu, Linux Mint with mate on the system. I'll figure out why it's not starting later. Because I just want something to install, man. I can always put Budgie on it later. Oh, look, it's booting. Or at least it's trying. Well, maybe not. That might be my PowerPC disk, though, so I don't remember which one the PowerPC was. So we'll just try another one. Is that a DVD drive? It should be. Yeah, DVD rewriter, so yeah, it's DVD drive. This did work. Promise you that. Because I had to install it before anyway. There we go. See? Yeah, it's working. Linux Mint 18.2, good enough. Don't care. Running 32-bit, could run 64, but it's only got 2 gigs of RAM, so who cares? I see no point in running 64-bit unless you've got 64-bit specific applications, or you have 4+ gigabytes of memory. Quality of the broadcast is going to crap because I'm using this stupid Android thing because all these damn iOS devices, this one won't even turn on. And this one hasn't started yet, or go to start broadcast and it crashes the app, so whatever. Won't be doing that, so just be doing this. I guess while that's starting, I could look at some of these other things that are sitting around here. Unable to query device. Yeah, right. I'll have to figure out why my spare drive isn't working. I'll have to figure out why that disk isn't booting. Maybe my image is bad. I don't know. Maybe that disk is bad, because those are older disks. So I'll have to probably buy some new rewritable media, which kind of ticks me off, because you can't buy DVDs anymore. Have you noticed that? You can't buy optical media. The one place I was buying optical media doesn't sell it anymore. Or at least I didn't see it. They probably put it on some random podunk shelf at the back of the store that I didn't look at. But I'm not going to look at every shelf, because that's kind of a waste of time. Got a couple power cords sitting all over the place. I do have an IBM. I will need that. I have a Lenovo. I won't need that. Let's see. I'm looking for a Toshiba power supply. Well, I will need this. There it is. Toshiba! Because the machine that is sitting right beside it is this. And this thing has not run in probably a couple of months. I put it away in the closet and forgot about it. I want to figure out something to do for some of these things because they're sitting around doing nothing. And I don't like having things sitting around doing nothing unless they're vintage. And this, I wouldn't qualify a Celeron 900 as vintage. I don't know about you, but no, not quite. Alright, so we'll plug the power supply in. Well, I'll plug the power supply in and you'll listen. You won't even watch it because you can't even see it. Now, where does the power plug in on this thing? The battery is junk. Doesn't work at all. Maybe I should go buy a battery for it. I'll sell around 900. It's not really worth a battery. Maybe I'll find a penny mm for it. Probably have a penny mm that I could put in it. Still works, though. Beep. Alright. It's running Anti-X Linux. Just because that was what I put on it. Could put something else. Every once in a while, you might see that charge light go out and come back on. It's trying to charge the battery, but that ain't working too well. I wonder if Mint is actually booting up over here. It's getting upset about what? It's getting upset about SDA, but who cares? That will be that drive I just put in. I'll just mark off the bad spots. I'm not sure why it's trying to read the hard drive. Okay, is the network on? The network should be on. Unfortunately, there's still that big black splotch in the lower corner. I haven't figured out what that actually is. Not that I care too much, as long as it's connected to my wireless. We'll run updates. Which means I gotta switch user over to root. Let's see. It's beer, he says. Well, isn't that nice? Alright, so we're logged in. Not that I should be surprised. It looks like it came from a French-speaking household. It's got the French keyboard and all that. That's where it probably originally came from. Let's see. Apt update and apt upgrade. So, as long as there's no errors, I don't really care. It's getting them all. So at least it's connected to my network. Kind of makes me wonder what beer would have done to it. Probably gotten one of the contacts and corroded the contacts. But I would have expected that to break more than just the corner. Oh well. Sometimes the weirdest things happen. Well, this is starting up, at least, somewhat. Over here on this thing. Let's see. Got a Flash update. Lots of updates. I wonder if Flash would even work. Probably not. I think I tried that one night and that was a total failure. At least YouTube will work. YouTube's HTML5. A couple other websites would work. Vaughn Live would work, even though I absolutely loathe that website. Or at least it would work if the website worked. Ha ha ha! Yeah. Blah. It used to work, now it doesn't. Of course, the guy in charge of it's too busy playing Minecraft to deal with it. Did I just say that? Yes, I did. Okay, that's not connected to my wireless, which is fine. I should probably connect it to my network, though. Where's my Ethernet cable? I've tried to keep it off the floor, so that way I can access it. Except now... Okay, so here's our Ethernet. Or my Ethernet. I keep saying our. I guess... I'm trying to think, what is the correct term? Our? Because you're watching the video, or my? Because you're not interacting with it in any way. I wonder if it'll actually get a DHCP address. Sometimes machines can, other times they can't. It should be practically instant, so I'm guessing no. Yeah. Well, you are now connected. Okay. Good enough for me. I'll have to install the wireless driver. I might not bother if I'm going to put something else on here. Because I can't put Linux Mint 19, because Linux Mint 19 just screws it up. Maybe there's something about the fact that it's a Turion 64, as opposed to an Athlon or an Intel chip of some kind. That'd be strange. Because, I mean, for crying out loud, Mix runs on an Intel Atom CPU. Why wouldn't it run on this? Which I would think is a couple of times better than an Atom, but maybe I am wrong. Hello. Okay, so I got that one out. That one's progressing further, but of course it's got less to do. This process always takes forever. I don't know why. Something as simple as an operating system installation takes forever. Install third-party software. I bet if I check this box, it's not going to do it, because it usually doesn't. And we'll see if I put this thing back in the closet if it works when I pull it out. The last couple times I've done that, it hasn't. If you're just tuning in, I'm using this Asteroid phone because the iPhone won't turn on, or at least it wouldn't. It probably will now, because it's been sitting on the... No, I guess not. It's been sitting on the charger for like almost a whole hour now, and still hasn't managed to figure out that it needs to turn itself on. And iPod Touch, that I thought was a genius idea to try and use, a couple of seconds into the stream, crashes. And I guess it didn't actually even send anything because the stream over here didn't get the idea that it needed to start, so I'm going to assume that it never did. So I guess it didn't screw up my scheduled broadcast. I could still use the URL. Didn't have to get a whole new URL. I almost wonder what this thing is doing. Maybe it should have a box to tell you. It's just sitting there, reading the disk constantly. Of course, that drive is not really good, and my spare isn't any better, so... I have another spare. I have two spares, or I had two spares. But guess what? What a surprise. As it turns out, and I figured this out, just, trial and error. My other spare drive? Yeah. This is an 80 gigabyte drive, or was, I guess. I don't know how bad it is. Just that I think, if I remember right, it's got a threshold exceeded condition on it. So, yep, junk. Can't use that. This is still not working. Maybe it won't work. I was going to get to a couple other laptops while this thing was doing its thing. Maybe I'll look into that battery, see if I can get a battery for this one. Because it probably wouldn't be too bad to use as a portable test rig or something like that. Maybe as a chat machine. Or as a toilet top computer, I don't know. Probably wouldn't be able to do flash, because if I remember right, that doesn't work. I got more outlets. I could get another machine out. Of course, I don't really have space. Well, I do. Look at this. I got a little bit of... The cat left. Shortly after I started, he saw that I was doing a broadcast and said, "Whoop, I'm out of here. Forget this crap." So, well, joke's on him. It's the warmest up here, and even up here it's pretty cold. Alright, let's get out another one. One that's small enough to fit over here in this corner. So that would be this one, which I know that a viewer will definitely recognize. Still works, although the battery's kaput in it. Although it is marginally better than the one that's in this, at least it'll charge. So I gotta find the power supply. I have a power supply. I have a couple of power supplies, actually, but I'm gonna use this one. Yeah, this big-ass thing. What is this? PA2444U. Puts out 4 amps at 15 volts. Oh, I just have a stack of laptops I grabbed out of the closet. I grabbed them all out, and I got all the ones that work sitting in a pile right now. Like I said, I was going to work on that NEC... What is that? NEC ready thing. I'm going to take the SCSI board out of it and put a regular hard drive and then take the SCSI board and put that in the Zenith 486. But I did not feel like getting that Zenith 486 out because I would have had to pull these laptops out anyway, just to do that. Okay, so you got a message here. A new version of blah, of configuration file blah, is available, but the version installed currently has been locally modified. Keep the local version. I don't want to mess around with any of that stuff. Running automatically is recommended. Okay. Install to SDA. Never had it ask me that before. No, I'll probably find that was a horrible mistake. Okay, now it's charging the battery. Bring it on. RTC battery is low or checksum inconsistent. Yep, not a surprise on that one. Press any key to set the date and time. That's gone back all the way to the year 2000. Look at that. Okay, so it's 8:44 on the 7th of December. You can't do that? Oh, that's going to be a problem. Where's the plus key? Page up, page down to change space, or really? Wow. Leave it to Toshiba to design something like that. Push the space bar or backspace to change the values. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, it's 8:45 now according to that. So what is that? 22? No, that's not even possible. That's 10. 20. Alright. I think it's in UTC, but I'm going to set it for 20. 2045. Good enough. Battery save mode, full power. Everything else there is fine. I'm going to ignore it. That's getting hot. That's doing something. Alright. So end on this to save changes and exit. And then we'll come back to this, which is now doing something. I want something else. Okay, I'll boot that. Which is running Linux Mint Debian Edition. So I want something else, because I'm going to customize this. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to delete. This I'm going to leave alone. And this I'm going to add. What is it, 20480? Let me figure that out. Oh man, I'm pretty sure it's 20480 for 20 gigabytes. 20. I used to be able to do this in my head. Yeah, it's 2480. 2480. Blah. Can't talk. Use as, do not use the partition. Alright. Says Windows 7. That's funny. Hope that's not going to screw something up. End of the space, 2 gigs. And use that as swap area. Okay. That was loud. And use the rest of it. Primary, beginning of space, ext4, mount, slash. Alright. Looks good to me. Or maybe, you know, maybe I'll change that to something stupid, like FAT16 mount point. Actually, no, I'll have to, if I do that, I don't have to set a mount point, so no. So we'll go to install now. This will destroy change the data on the disks. That's fine. Continue. Probably should have unplugged the data disk. It's not going to matter. It's just got music on it. I got to update it anyway, so. Let's get over to this thing. This mouse is really finicky. That's fine. Go over to the update manager. Again, the system probably hasn't run in a month. Run updates, and then on this thing over here, I will... Let's run that again. Where are you? Toronto. Wow, it actually got that right. Amazing. Usually it doesn't. Okay, English US is good. And I'll have to put in some details. Okay. Ugh, can't type. Uh-oh. Did it just crash? I don't think it liked me typing in swear words. It just crashed. Yeah, it's gone. Okay, forget it. That's a waste of time. On this thing over here... I wonder why that happened. It's never happened before. Let's see. Let's just auto-remove these things. Probably be a bad idea to do that, but do I care? No. Could start that whole process all over again. And over on here, now that I've given everybody vertigo, lots of updates to install. Sure, let's install all of them. I think there's an LMDE free out now. I should have to see about upgrading. Okay, firmware blah. Sure. And it wants my password. I'll have to figure this one out. Alright, so let's try again. It just turned it off unceremoniously. Maybe it did get upset because it was trying to format that disk. Be kind of a surprise. I don't know why it wouldn't format. Maybe I'll have to run I'll probably run the disk manager first. Do it that way. Probably not going to have time for that. I've got about 10 minutes. Probably less than that. Okay, so that's auto-removed now. Let's try auto-remove again, see if there's anything else to toss. Nope. So we'll clean it up. Remove all that junk. And that's it. Alright, so that one's done. I can shut that off. Shut down. I can move on to the next one, whatever that one's going to be. Probably not something to install updates on. Okay. That doesn't take too long. Because I got them all loaded, might as well, you know, do all this mess while they're here. Put this power supply away. What I might do next, I might turn on that Aspire 3680 that's sitting back there, that silver one. That was my grandmother's old machine. I think it's another Celeron 900, or it might be a little bit faster than that. I do know it is a Celeron. It was the cheapest thing that you could buy in, like, 2005 or whatever, when Windows XP Media Center Edition was a big thing. Yeah, it's been a while since that thing was new. You couldn't tell. Oh, this power supply is really giving me pain. Should just fold up. What's the deal here? So watch that boot while I try and get this power supply to do its job. What's your deal? You're getting folded one way or another. Just watch me. See? There. Alright. I need the power supply for that. I have no idea where that is. Used to be in this box, but I guess it's, well, it should still be here. Ooh, I forgot that laptop existed. I'm gonna have to get that out too. That Sony Vaio. Wow, it's been a long time since I powered that on. Okay, that's for the netbook. What's that? That's a Lenovo power adapter. There's another Toshiba power adapter. What's this? Light on. This is the power supply one. Okay. Probably shouldn't unwrap it because then I won't be able to wrap it back up again. Oh well, only live once, and I like to live dangerously, so there you go. At least that's starting up. It's starting up a little bit faster than it did last time, I think. But maybe I'm wrong. Probably wrong. But that's alright. Maybe second time is the charm. Or it just won't start. Okay. So, get this out of the way. I'll just put it on top of this. Here it is. This used to be the machine in charge of my automation, my low-end radio automated stream. And then I replaced it with a netbook. What is that? That Aspire 1 D250, the red thing. And haven't turned this machine on since. So it's, whenever I did that, that was a couple months ago, was the last time this machine saw power. So we'll see if it still happens to work. Like I said, it's my grandmother's old machine. She had it for years and years and years. And then finally decided 2016 or 2015, she said, you know what, let's just upgrade this thing. A year after Windows XP went out of support, and got a nice new Windows 10 thing. The laptop's okay, Windows 10's not. I haven't heard any complaints about it since then, so I guess it's working decently well. This thing over here thinks it's going to go into the screensaver mode. No, you're not. Of course, downloading is really slow because I think that's only an 802.11b network card. Still running Windows XP on the factory installation. I'm just going to turn it on, make sure it still works. And then I'll get it out of there and I'll hook something else up. Don't know what it'll be just yet. I don't know if there's no password on it. I took the password off. Well, it didn't have a password on it to begin with. $8:56. Yeah, I got about 5 minutes. Maybe I could get one more laptop in. Something you haven't seen in a long time. Perhaps. Maybe even two. Probably not. So at least you've seen this. This thing's running. Too bad that didn't end up working out. That, this camera isn't even looking at. I don't know why. You have to zoom it. Of course, the zoom doesn't really work worth a crap anyway. I've been looking into maybe some IDE to CF card adapters for these laptops. That might be what I have to do because... Is that all the way? There's no way that's zoomed all. Yeah, that's more like it. For some of these things with IDE drives, because I can't be going out buying laptop IDE hard drives left, right, and center because pretty much all of them are bad. This is not, excuse me, not connected to my wireless. I wonder what the deal is. I wonder if it got turned off somehow. Oh well. It still runs, so I'll go ahead and I'll shut that down. I don't really have a lot of time. I think the last thing I'm going to do is maybe look into the disk structure on this thing. Let's go into the menu. Find disks, all applications. I don't want that. Administration, G-parted. Actually, that might work. Let's put in G-parted. Now that the stream is almost over, everybody's showing up. Oh man, yeah, that's about how it would go, right? I got 2 minutes. Searching SDA partitions. Wonder if it'll error out. Tell me I can't read the partition table. So I'll make a new one. Okay. Well, it managed to do something. For whatever reason, it's showing up as NTFS, system reserved. Let me just delete it. We'll make a new, maybe. Create as primary, unformatted, do not use me. There. Add. That just turned off. Unknown. Format to X4. What's this? Oh, it's being used as swap. Apply all operations. Yes. And that will be the last thing that I do. So I want to see at least if that will succeed. Because if that succeeds, I think I got it made. Well, it didn't lock up. I mean, I don't know what's so hard about creating a blank partition. Just put it in the table. Doesn't even have to format it or anything. Probably a bad spot in the partition table. Oh well, whatever. You know what? I don't have time, so I'm going to stop it there. If you tuned in, thanks for tuning in. If you're watching this live, watching this as an archive, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Like I said, I got a couple of things to do. Next week will probably be that SCSI board swap, because I don't really have a lot else. I have a 386 to play around with, and I have my mother's Mac Mini to upgrade, which should have been done 3 years ago, and some moron installed Yosemite on it. I think that was 3 years ago. Might have been even more than that. Whenever Yosemite came out. So I gotta do that. Probably do that here in a few minutes. And, well, it's now Northern Cardinal o'clock, so go watch Chris Master 1 on iVlog or something. Because we're done here.